back here in Wisconsin. I gotta tell you. And everywhere we go, it's without fail, somebody has a cheese head on their head. It's just great. And you know what people tell us? What we hear is, what is it with you people in Wisconsin? You have these leaders there. Ron Johnson, thank you for your service to our state. Reince Priebus, our national chairman, look at what he is doing for our country. Reince Priebus, the guy who's going to make Harry Reid the minority leader, our next United States Senator, Tommy Thompson, who made us all proud. Tommy Thompson, he paved the way for the rest of us. He showed us how to get things done, how to do welfare reform, how to do school choice. And look at what we have right now. We've got America's gutsiest, most courageous, greatest governor, Scott Walker. Thank you so much. Man. I see Mary Lozick, I see Van Wangard, I see Alberta Darling, I see Rebecca Clayfish. Look at these fantastic leaders we have had here. And Randy Owen, thank you for playing that great music. Appreciate that. All right. Love you too, man. This is really pretty clear. It's really pretty simple. You see, here in Wisconsin, we know what leadership looks like. We know what it means. You say who you are, what you believe in. You ask people for your vote. They give it to you. You get elected. Then you go do it. That's what leadership is. That's what Scott Walker did. That's what Ron Johnson's doing. That's what Tommy Thompson did. That's what we do here in Wisconsin. That's what we do. And so here we are. This state, our beautiful 10 electoral votes. They can't take us for granted anymore. They can't take us for granted anymore. President Obama came in with all this hope and this change. He made grand promises. It sounded so good that a lot of our fellow Wisconsinites, they went for it because it did sound good. He said he would bridge the partisan gap. He said he'd cut the deficit in half. He'd create jobs. None of those things have happened. It's become the most partisan place in decades. The deficit's doubled. He passed this big stimulus plan where he borrowed all this money, spent it on his cronies, and look at where we are. 23 million people out of work, 15% of our fellow citizens living in poverty today. That's the highest rate in a generation. The unemployment rate is higher today than it was when he came in office. Half the kids coming out of college can't get a job. Can't get a job in the field they study in or a job at all. Here's the good news. We don't have to settle for this, and in one day we can turn this thing around. One more day. Look. One more day. We here know what leadership looks like, and that is exactly what Mitt Romney and I are talking about. We are saying, here's what we believe in. We believe in those principles that founded this country. We believe in liberty, and that means all kinds of liberty. Religious liberty, economic liberty, personal liberty. That makes us special. That makes us unique. We believe in freedom and free enterprise, self-determination. We believe that the government works for us, the people, and not the other way around. That's the American idea. And when you take these principles and apply them to the problem of the day, you come up with solutions. That is why we're offering real reforms for a real recovery, because what we got right now, this is not a real recovery. We can turn things around. We can get people back to work. We can get this economy growing. We can get people getting ahead in life. We can get people out of poverty and back in the middle class. We can get people good job security. We can do this if we tackle our problems. We cannot afford 4 more years of a president blaming other people when things don't go right. We can't afford 4 more years of a president ducking the tough issues. Mitt Romney and I are going to run at our country's problems to solve our country's problems. That's what leadership is. That's what leaders do. Look, you have heard us talk about this 5-point plan so much, I'm sure you could recite it yourself. The reason we talk about these ideas is because we feel we owe you, our fellow citizens, a choice of 2 futures. We have a moral obligation to each and every one of you so that you get to decide what kind of country you want to have, what kind of people we want to be. This is why we're offering solutions, proven ideas to get people back to work, so that when we win this election, we didn't win by just campaigning on vague platitudes and slogans. We ran based on ideas, based on solutions, so that we can get these things done. That's how you get people back to work. That's how you put America on the right track and get this economy growing again. Look, it's not rocket science. We've got a lot of energy in this country. Let's use that energy in this country and put people back to work. We've got an education problem. We've got people like in Janesville in their 40s and 50s looking for work. We got to get them the skills they need. We got kids trapped in inner city schools in Milwaukee, in all of our cities. If they are in a failing school, their parents ought to be able to take them out of that failing school and